In my project browser, I'm going to go to Electrical, Fire Alarm, Floor Plans, Level 1. I'm going to come into the boardroom. Notice our devices look funny. That's because we were playing around with the detail level. Let's go ahead and set our detail level to medium. What I'd like to do is select any one of these devices in the boardroom. I'm going to go ahead and grab the smoke detector here. Now on the Create Systems tab, you see we have Fire Alarm. Go ahead and select that. Now on the Systems Tools panel, go ahead and click on Edit Circuit. This brings us into Edit Circuit mode. The first thing I like to do is make sure our panels are in and that they're valid. I want to grab Fire Alarm Control Panel 1 for this circuit. Now with Add to Circuit selected, hold down the Control key and select the rest of the items in Boardroom 124. Now for the load name right here, instead of Fire Alarm space 1, I like to type in the room, Boardroom 124. And after 4 elements, the panels involved. So once we're done with that, let's click on Finish Editing Circuit. Let's move on to Office 125. Select any device, click Fire Alarm. Let's edit circuit. I'm going to go back to Fire Alarm Control Panel 1. Let's start selecting items in our model. Notice that they started off with a light gray. Now they become bold once they're selected. 6 elements. I'm going to finish editing that circuit. I'm going to come down to my kitchen, select my horn strobe, click Fire Alarm, edit the circuit. I'm going to go back to Fire Alarm Control Panel 1, pick the other items in here, finish editing. Now these 2 guys, I'm going to put on their own circuit on a different panel. So I'm going to select my door hold open, click Fire Alarm, edit circuit. I'm going to select this guy here, and I'm going to put it on Fire Alarm Control Panel 2. I'm going to finish that circuit. I'm going to do one more for the corridor and the exam room. I'll put them all on the same circuit. Select my horn strobe, click Fire Alarm, edit panel. I'm going to go with number 2. I'm going to finish editing that circuit. Now what happens is if I hover over any one of these, I hit my tab, we'll see what's circuited. So we know that it's kind of like an invisible wire that shows up, that we can see exactly what we have on our circuits. It's pretty cool, huh? It's nice to allow Revit to organize our systems just like this. Now the first room I want to look at wiring is of course the Boardroom 124. If we hover over any one of our devices and hit our tab key, we'll see that Revit will route the wiring for you, kind of. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to hover over my smoke detector. I'm going to hit tab, then I'm going to select it. Once it's selected, we see 2 little icons right here, convert to wire, or we have 2 icons here which do the same thing. I'm going to click on arc wire. What it's going to do, it's going to physically wire up that room based on an automatic wiring routing. Of course, I'm going to grab my tag and move it out of the way a little bit. And it will also home run it for me, pointing in the general direction of our panel. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grab my home run. We could reverse our ticks, but if remember correctly, we turned all of our ticks off in our electrical settings. But what I can do is I can pull this back or up or down a little bit if I don't like exactly where it is. If we get too close, it'll start to bend a little bit funny. But we can still grab the grip in the middle and move that back up and in. And we can grab our home run and move it in. Let's go to Office 125. Hover over a device, hit tab, and then select it. Remember, we hover first, we tab, then we select. This time I'm going to go with chamfered wire, and I'm going to hit escape. I'm not a big fan of this, but it works. For my home run, I'm going to edit it again. So I'm going to try to move it back up and see if I can't point it down. It's a little bit funny. I'm going to point it like that. Because it's not an arc, it's straight. It's a little harder to control. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to wire these 2 up manually. So this time I'm going to click on wire. And what we need to do is we need to find the snap That way, Revit will cut the wire back. So I'm going to pick here. I'm going to pick here and arc it. And I'm going to click the snap. And I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to add another wire. I'm going to make sure I hit the snap point. I'm going to come straight down. I'm going to point it towards our panel. Revit knows that because we're not going to another device, that it's automatically going to be a home run. I'm going to wire up this room automatically. This time I'm going to click the blue arc right here. I'm going to move my kitchen tag out of the way. Wire up my hallway in my exam. I'm going to click on arc wire. If we want, we can delete any one of these wires and route them separately. That's no big deal. I'm going to grab this wire. And I'm going to move it back. So there we have it. This is how you wire up a plan. It's really pretty easy. It just takes some getting used to when you're trying to draw from snap to snap. But if you like how Revit routes it, you're good to go. The first thing I want to do though is I want to create a schedule. Let's go to the View tab. Find the Schedules dropdown and let's go Schedules, Quantities. I actually would like to make a space schedule. So let's scroll down to spaces and let's click OK. What I'd like to do is scroll down and find name and number. You can select name, hold down the Control key and select number. Let's add the two of them. Now I'd like to select available fields from, click the drop down and let's go to room. Find the room name, Control click on room number. Let's add these two as well. Now let's click OK. What happens is, Revit knows the room name and number, but it doesn't translate the space name and number to that. I'd like to translate that now by simply typing it in. So the first one, let's type in boardroom 124. We won't do all of them. We'll just do the ones that are pertinent to what we're doing. Office 125, kitchen 110, corridor 100, exam 1003. Let's come down and find electrical 02, and that should do it for now. Let's close out of the schedule, hit escape a couple times. Let's go back to the View tab. Let's click the User Interface dropdown. Let's find System Browser. You can drag it out if you need. Notice that we have 5 electrical systems. I'm going to drill into this, and they're fire alarm systems. I'm going to drill into here. Now we see our 2 panels. I'll widen this out just a little bit. We can drill into here. Here's our 3 circuits. Film the circuit 1. These are all in the boardroom. What's nice is, if we're looking for one of these items and we're not sure what it is, for example, I want to grab this smoke detector. I want to right click and I want to show it. It brings us right to that smoke detector. Pretty cool. Or we can grab the entire circuit. It's going to highlight the whole circuit. Circuit 1, 2, and 3. I can even find my panel by right-clicking on my panel and showing it. So once we start getting circuits in place, we can go to our system browser. It's incredible how much information we can actually start to keep track of just inside of Revit. I think you're going to grow dependent on this system browser. I certainly have.